Alright guys, today we got the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra in the house, and man, am I super impressed with this device here. Really awesome. Picked this one up refurbished. They're going for around $750 to $800, and I'll have that link down below. And yeah, I've been really impressed with this phone. So if you're thinking about getting this phone, the holidays are coming up, and you want just like a premium, flagship smartphone that you don't have to pay $1,000 for, I really would recommend getting this, used or refurbished, because the refurbished ones, this one's extremely clean. It did not have any type of issues. When I mean clean, I do mean extremely clean. Pretty much no problems here. So let's go ahead and talk about the device. So this is a flagship device. This thing has a premium design. It's a Gorilla Glass back. It's actually Victus on the back, and then you have an aluminum frame here, and it has a matte finish here, so it doesn't really pick up fingerprints like that. And man, do I really love this design in person. It's kind of sad that Samsung is rumored to be moving away from this camera module setup. This thing looks like straight up out of like a sci-fi, some type of Terminator robot thing. It's just a really futuristic, really just nice looking phone. So I really love the design on this phone. Probably one of my favorite designs this year. I really slept on this just like in person. It just looks super futuristic. Not only does it look great, but it feels great in the hand. It is kind of a heavy phone here, so it's got like a heavy feel to it, or a premium feel to it. It's one of the heavier devices. Kind of reminds me of the LG V60 in the hand, but it feels, if not bigger than the V60 and heavier, but we'll do that comparison later. But yeah, just an extremely solid device. So we got a power button, volume rockers on the side, USB Type-C, and then this has stereo speakers. Pretty clean setup here. So let's go ahead and talk about this display here. So it is a dynamic AMOLED display at 120 Hz. It is HDR10 Plus at 1500 nits. So this thing is extremely bright. So when you're outdoors, it's very easy to see with this phone. You got the punch hole in the middle here. It's a 6.8-inch display, so it's a big phone. It is a 2K display or 1440p display, 515 for the PPI. You can see very slim bezels on this phone here. And yeah, this display has been just really awesome. Extremely color accurate as well. So that's one thing that I've really been enjoying. And also it has 120 Hz, so it's a very smooth display when you're scrolling, looking at social media, pretty much doing anything on this phone. And it is a dynamic, refresh rate. So when you're not using it, it does go down to save battery life. So yeah, I really love the display on here. Like I said, I've always said Samsung does make the best displays out there. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the specs a little bit more. This is the Snapdragon version, guys, the Snapdragon 888 and the Adreno 660. This phone does not have SD card support, which I think sucks because, for it being an Ultra phone at this expensive, I think that was kind of a premature move to take it out. But if they were going to do that, the base model is 128 gigs and 12 gigs of RAM. Now this model is 256, which I was really happy with, and 12 gigs of RAM, but there are 128 gigs, which I think is unacceptable. I feel like if you're gonna sell a phone for $1,000, it should have standard 256 gigs on here. So this version is running Android 11 with One UI 3.1. We do have Android 12 coming out with One UI 4, which I will show you guys when that comes out. I might try to get the beta for you guys, but yeah, One UI is pretty much, exactly what we've been seeing all year. Very smooth. The split screen, applications is still one of my favorite things. It runs very smooth. I'm really glad that they have Google Now over here now. I know a lot of people, are kind of on the fence about it, but this is one of my favorite things just to check news. This is very helpful, and also this has all the bells and whistles that you would really need. So we do have our built-in screen recorder. We also have secure folders, Dolby Atmos, NFC, Samsung desktop support is on here as well. And overall, One UI is very smooth. It's great. So I do want to talk about getting into the phone. So you do have two options here. You have your under the display fingerprint sensor, and you also have face unlock. Face unlock is really awesome on here, and also the under display fingerprint sensor is extremely fast. Very accurate. I have zero issues with this, which I was really happy with, because it's nothing like getting a fingerprint sensor that takes like a wow, like you have to hold it down. It's nothing like that. It's very annoying. But this one, extremely fast. Absolutely love it. Now I will say my gaming experience on this device has been really great. This thing is just a beast, and I love the massive display on here. Beautiful display, 1440p, and I will drop a full gaming test for you guys, so be sure to let me know. I'm thinking about adding another game to my list, so let me know about that. But this thing is a beast when it comes to gaming. Beautiful display. And also, I was really concerned with heating problems on this phone. So if you guys remember, a few of these Snapdragon 888 phones that I had, like, they weren't like overheating or anything like that, but they were kind of getting hot to the touch. So I haven't experienced anything like that, but I'm gonna drop the gaming test and we're gonna just keep playing games back to back and see if this thing starts to heat up. But so far it's been extremely cool. I haven't had any issues with this thing heating up. Alright, let's go ahead and hear what the stereo speakers sound like. I do have Dolby Atmos on as well. So the speakers sound pretty good. They sound pretty much on par with what you would expect from a flagship device. I have to compare it to I have to compare it to my best speakers that I have, the iPhone Pixel 6 Pro. So we'll do like a speaker comparison, but these sound pretty good. Great bass quality, very good mids and highs, no distortion. Yeah, so these sound awesome. Alright, so next I do want to talk about the camera. So the cameras were pretty good on this device, and this is the only phone that's made me take photos differently because of the zoom capabilities of this camera. So I had a lot of fun taking photos with this. So if you're not a camera person like me, you'll really enjoy this phone. It'll make you take more pictures. So you have a 108 megapixel lens, a 10 megapixel periscope telephoto lens, so you can do 10x optical zoom, and then you have a 10 megapixel telephoto lens, and then you can do 3x optical zoom, and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and then you have 8K video on here, and then you also have a 40 megapixel selfie cam on here that shoots in 4K 60, and this phone is even able to go up to 100 times zoom, guys. So as you can see, 3x, 10x, 30x, and then this thing can get up to 100 times. And you also have technically a macro camera with the ultra wide. And guys, when I say that the photos on here are nice, they are very nice. I really enjoyed the selfie cam on this phone as well. You get very good dynamic range. It handles overexposure well. This phone just did an excellent job with overexposure. Like, man, I was really impressed. Detail, dynamic range. Like I said, the 3x and 10x zoom, you can take very close pictures and still feel confident that you're going to get a nice crispy shot with this phone. That was my initial thing that I noticed off the rip. Yeah, so I just really love the color accuracy on here. Was pretty great. And yeah, so the portrait mode was awesome. Video, I'll show you guys at the end, was pretty solid. Yeah, low light photography also was pretty good too. So these are definitely top-notch cameras. And like I said, the 100 times zoom, you know, I know you're probably not going to use it, you know, in real life, but I say the 30x zoom was pretty useful. It still remained pretty clear, but the 100 times was, you know, it got blurry. But other than that, I mean, low light is great. Everything about the cameras are great on here. So I have to say, I really enjoyed taking pictures on here. So I'm going to show you guys the video. You guys can hear the mic quality as well. Alright guys, here's the video on the S21 Ultra here. Now we're going to bounce out to the ultra wide.
3X. 10X.
Here is the video, guys, indoors, so you guys can see that 3X, 10X, ultra wide. Let me know what you guys think. Now, battery life on this phone is pretty impressive as well. This phone has a 5,000 milliamp battery, so a massive battery. That's where that kind of heavy size comes from. It also has 25-watt charging, which is decent. You know, it's close to 30 watts, so it charges pretty fast to me. So I didn't really have an issue. I know that was kind of a complaint with people, but I never felt like the phone was charging slow. Here, you also have wireless charging, and you also have reverse wireless charging. So if you wanted to charge some earbuds on the back of this phone or another phone, you can do that. So overall battery life is definitely going to get you a full day if you are a lighter user. I think if you're just a normal user, you want to do gaming and stuff on here, you can still get through a full day on here. So battery life is pretty good on this device here. So basically with the S21 Ultra, it's almost close to a perfect phone, really. I really had no complaints here. Yes, you are going to pay a premium price, but I mean, you're getting a beautiful display. The hardware, I think, is just absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it's just like the cameras are great. The gaming on here is really good as well too. And yeah, I just have no complaints with this phone. It's just an extremely solid phone. I was really surprised. I'm kind of sad I didn't pick it up earlier. But be sure to let me know what you guys think about the S21 Ultra. Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.